My 42 female husband, 45 male, had a surprise gift to celebrate our first wedding anniversary, a trip to Disney World for the whole family this summer. Our kids are close in age, but have very different personalities. My son, teen, is an extrovert, has a very active social life, and does a lot of activities. My stepson, nearly adult, is an introvert who prefers to stay home and doesn't have much going on outside of school. However, they still have a good relationship, sometimes playing video games together. My son was not on board with the Disney World idea at all. He had no interest in doing this kind of trip with his family. He was especially upset because it would make him miss his current girlfriend's birthday. He was really angry about the situation, yelling at me multiple times, demanding to stay at home instead of going on this trip, and accusing us of ruining his life. But on the other hand, my stepson was excited about the trip. My husband's used to having a kid with no friends when doing plans like this, so he didn't expect my son's reaction. Going just with my stepson would be anticlimactic. It wouldn't fulfill the original idea of it being a trip for the whole family. I also didn't want to leave my son alone with the house to himself. So we decided to leave them both, so my stepson could keep an eye on my son's behavior, while my husband and I had a romantic trip, just for the two of us. My stepson is sad because he wants to go on the trip, but my son is happy about the new plan. My stepson was more intense about his disappointment at first, crying and whining a lot, but he has mostly calmed down by now. I asked my son to include his stepbrother a little in his social life while we were out, so he wouldn't be so lonely, and he said he would try to. My husband feels bad for his son being sad, but I'm convinced this is the best solution for everyone. Am I the idiot? What did I just read? I kept waiting to hear what the stepson did wrong, but no, it's your son who's an ungrateful brat, and the only thing your stepson did to warrant having his dream trip snatched away was checks notes. Being a decent human being, you now expect to do your job and parent your own kid. Here's an idea. Dad and stepson go to Disney. You and your entitled brat stay home. Having to put up with each other should be punishment enough for both of you. You are the idiot, OP. Yeah, what in the evil stepmother vibes is this? So you're punishing your stepson because of your son's behavior? Will he need to sweep the fireplace too while he's home? God, mother is entitled, the son is entitled, the stepson is suffering, and the dad is spineless. Did I get that right? Well, she's going to Disney after all. She clearly doesn't like her stepson, just by the disparaging way she describes him. So she'll be looking for reasons her son's misbehavior is the stepson's fault. My favorite was, so my stepson can keep an eye on my son. But I asked my son to try to include his stepbrother a little in his social life while we're out. Ridiculous and stupid logic. If she can't trust her son, she needs to hire him a babysitter, not punish her stepson. Oh man, did anyone else see that teen extrovert kid is going to have a house without parental supervision for days? And also, his girlfriend's birthday is on those days? Make whatever you like, guys. What could possibly go wrong? Son's gonna throw an epic party. Yep, the son will try to make OP a grandmother, and she's hoping the stepson will stop him. And if he does get a girl pregnant, it'll be the stepson's fault for not keeping an eye on him. How many ways can they make life miserable for the stepson? Take stepson to Disney and hire a 50-something babysitter to make sure the son behaves himself? Bet your son will suddenly want to go to Disney when he realizes he won't have unfettered access to the house for a party. A slight bit of context here. I, nearly adult female, am a metalhead. My wardrobe consists of over 200 band shirts, black jeans, a trouser chain, and big platform boots. I'm also heavily pierced and have stretched ears. I've dressed this way for close to 5 years. My family is accepting of it, and it's just the way it is. A few days ago, it was my niece's first grader birthday party. It was a mix of family and school friends, being accompanied by parents. My mom and I arrived late, and so most of the people were already there, including Annie and her daughter, Sarah, similar age. The party was being held in the back garden of my brother's house, so I made my way through the house and to the back. The second I stepped onto the patio, Sarah burst into hysterics when she saw me. I couldn't hear her fully, but I definitely heard, "Make her go away," somewhere in there. My brother led me and my niece back into the living room so my niece could show me her presence and Sarah could calm down. A little while passed, and Annie came storming into the house. She asked her sister-in-law's family took Annie's side. I feel bad, but I also felt like I tried to alleviate the situation because I was more than happy to stay inside and keep out of Sarah's way. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Wow, I'm sorry that happened to you. Wow, people are really idiots. This mother wants her shield wrapped in cotton wool in a world in which she will never see anything outside of her current realm of experience. That'll be one insufferable child, and the situation will never exist. This mother is ruining her daughter's chances of living a fully rounded life with a variety of diverse experiences. Agree, that mom is doing a serious disservice to her kid if she can't handle being around people that dress differently. She was a guest in someone's home, and if she couldn't calm the kid down, she should have apologized for her reaction and calmly left. Yep, to me, that's an opportunity to teach that there are very different looking people in the world and to not judge based on appearance. Your niece wanted you there, and it was her party. You weren't doing anything scary, just existing. The fact that she took the presents away is wild. Your niece is little. She didn't do anything wrong, and in a sense, is getting punished and stuff taken away from her that was given to her when she didn't do anything wrong. The mother was so overreacting. So I, 26 male, went out for dinner with a few friends last night. We were at this pretty nice restaurant, and our waitress, female early 20s, caught my eye as soon as we sat down. I thought she was really cute and had a great sense of style. Her outfit was really unique and just seemed to suit her perfectly. Anyway, throughout the night, she was really friendly and attentive, and I couldn't help but keep noticing her. After a while, I just decided to go for it and compliment her on her outfit. I said something like, "Hey, I just wanted to say that you look really cute tonight, and your outfit is amazing. It suits you so well." She seemed to take the compliment well, smiling and thanking me. Later on, as we were finishing our meal, I decided to write my number on the receipt and leave it for her in case she was interested in talking more or even going out on a date. When I handed her the receipt, I told her, "I hope this isn't too forward, but I've really enjoyed talking with you tonight, and I thought you might like to get in touch if you're interested." She took the receipt and thanked me, but her smile seemed a bit forced this time. I figured she wasn't interested, and that was fine. I didn't want to push her or make her feel uncomfortable. After we left the restaurant, my friends told me what I did was inappropriate and that I shouldn't have put her on the spot like that at her workplace. They said it's not okay to hit on service workers who are just trying to do their job. I genuinely didn't mean any harm, and I was being polite and respectful about it. Am I the idiot for leaving my number on the bill? OMG, people still do that? After all the talk and the awareness campaigns? The waitress is at her place of work. Her literal income depends on her being nice to customers, even if they're drooling, hounding, self-unaware specimens. Please repeat after me. She doesn't like you. She's trying to make a living. You are the idiot. Sheesh. Agreed. He was just too pushy in public about it. I worked as a waitress for many years. I gave out my number fairly often by writing my number on a check. I'm a lesbian, though it is slightly different. I also had a couple of situationships from following up with girls who left their numbers on checks, but no one ever cornered me, told me they were attracted to me, and handed me their number. That's weird. I've been in this uncomfortable situation a lot at work, and it's not fun. I just want to make it through the day, not find a date. I try to be nice about it. He crossed the line when he called her cute. I wouldn't think much of it if he just said, "I like your outfit," and quietly left his number. It would make it awkward the next time he came in, though. If you're wondering what you should and shouldn't say, pretend the waitress is a man. Would you say the same thing? If not, you're probably crossing a line. I, 37 male, am getting married this fall and have chosen not to invite my daughter Bella, teen, due to circumstances I'll explain in this story. Before people tell me that we should sit down and talk or do therapy, those options have been exhausted and are no longer viable. My ex-wife Teresa, 38, and I don't have a good relationship. We started dating at 16 and then had Bella at 21. At first, everything was awesome, but then my wife started hanging out with a group of women, just not very good people. I refused to hang out with them. My wife started drinking heavily with this group and going out at night, leaving me with our daughter. I didn't like how she was keeping up our home either, as I worked full-time and she didn't. The final straw was when I was forced to come along bar hopping. Teresa got embarrassingly intoxicated, then started calling me a loser in front of everyone. This was not the first time she had publicly disrespected me. She habitually tried to show off to her friend by belittling me. I filed for divorce the following weekend. The original custody agreement was 50-50, which then changed because I asked for a DNA test on Bella. I had heard rumors and I wanted to confirm. My ex blew up and refused to allow a DNA test to be done, solidifying what I expected. My ex returned and got full custody because I refused to pay child support without a DNA test. This has been the arrangement for 5 years. I see Bella a few times a month. Her denying the test was all I needed to hear. It was cheaper than paying for one. And she wasn't chasing child support, so I wasn't going to go chasing a test that I already got a de facto answer to. I do what I can, but I don't have custody, so it's difficult. I'm engaged to one of my best friends, Chrissy, 33 female. We've known each other since college. Bella hates her for no reason. Chrissy wasn't even involved in my life once I got married. Bella, for some reason, thinks she's terrible. Chrissy's been nothing but nice to Bella. Recently, someone showed me Bella's social media, where she blasted us, saying how she had a deadbeat dad. Not true, as I paid for her and her mom for 7 years, and still give her money whenever I see her, and called Chrissy a witch in the same post. I was planning my invites for the wedding, and I did not invite Bella. She doesn't care for us. She called Chrissy a witch, and shamed me on social media, lying for attention. I also don't want drama at my wedding. It should be a fun time, not another event for Bella to hijack. My ex-wife found out about the wedding and asked about Bella's role. I told her she didn't have one because she wasn't invited. I called Bella and gave her my reasoning, as well as telling her that her social media post played a factor. She should be more careful about what lies she wants to put out there. She tried to apologize and say she would behave at the wedding. I told her that I knew she didn't like Chrissy or me that much, so why would she expect an invite? She called me an idiot, and we haven't spoken since. Am I the idiot? If you wanted a DNA test for 5 years, that means Bella was what? A tween when you decided you wanted one? This tells her that you only consider her your daughter and want 50-50 custody if she's genetically yours, even though you raised her from childhood. Weird hill to die on if you actually care about her at all, and weird to expect her to want to get along with your fiancé. You are the idiot. I wasn't going to go chasing a test, which I already got a de facto answer to. Look, they made up their mind and didn't care about the kid anymore. He never actually got the test, though. He took her refusal to take a test as definitive proof that Bella isn't his. There's still a chance Bella is his. I can't even fathom caring so little about a child you raised. From your daughter's perspective, you are a deadbeat dad. You could have gotten the DNA test yourself during your custody time, but it's a lot cheaper to just stop paying child support, isn't it? Gee, I wonder why she resents the father's fiancé, who abandoned her with an alcoholic mother. What a mystery. That poor girl. Yep, he wanted a plausible excuse to ditch his kid. He got one and is now crying about what a victim he is. OP, get a court order for a paternity test before you stop paying child support. So you also raised this child, but she isn't your daughter? That's a new depth of idiocy. OP's not the idiot. I have a question for you. Are you saying a man should keep paying child support for a kid he was lied to about because he was paying it before? Why should he not have the chance to enjoy the money he's making on what he wants? It takes two people to make a baby. If he was not one of them, he shouldn't have to pay. Also, why was the wife so against the DNA test? I don't know where you live, but if you lie to someone about the kid being theirs and they've been paying child support, you can get your money back in some places. About a month ago, I got a free bike from my cousin, an old red beach cruiser of unknown make. I needed a bike because my last one was stolen, and I'm too broke to buy a new one. My cousin then told me he had an old beat-up bike in his parents' backyard, and I could have it if I wanted it. When I picked it up, it looked like a mess, covered in mud, rusty chain, nicked paint, and dry cracking on the white sidewalls of the tires. There was even moss on it, but I took it anyway and thanked them. I got it home, cleaned it up, touched up the paint with nail polish, lubed the chain with WD-40, put new $7 grips on it, tightened the rear gear, cleaned most of the rust off any chrome, put on an aluminum kickstand that the bike shop tossed out as garbage, and it became my daily rider. The tubes and tires are still good, and I got it back on the road for less than $10. And honestly, I like it. Ride's a little bouncy, but the coaster brake is fun, and it's simple and reliable. The problem is, my cousin saw me riding it last week, and at first, he didn't recognize it as the same bike. It was so covered in mud previously that he thought it was rusted over. And now he says that I scammed him, and he wants $60 for the bike, or to give it back, so he can sell it. I refused and said he didn't want it in the first place, and I like riding it. He's calling me a jerk and telling his friends and family I've robbed him. The family's all on my side, including his parents, but his friends think I'm a jerk. But I'm the one who put in the work into fixing this bike he gave me free as trash, and I'm the one who actually uses it, unlike my cousin. Am I the idiot for not giving back the bike or giving money for it? Obviously not the idiot. Your cousin's being ridiculous. He gave you a bike that apparently he thought was completely worthless and perhaps not even usable. And now that you fixed it up, he thinks you scammed him? What a joke. His friends are on his side because they're his friends and because he likely didn't explain the situation fully or correctly to them. So don't worry about what they think. Exactly. The cousin's trying to scam and take advantage of OP. The cousin saw the bike as trash that got taken off of his hands. He didn't have to take the time or the energy required to discard it. Now that OP has taken the time to repair the bike and proven that it still works, the cousin wants to swindle the OP to make a quick buck. And as you said, the scammer cousin probably only told his friends half the story. Just make sure to lock the bike when away from it, as a side note. Call a bike shop and ask about their hourly rate for repairing a bike. Tell your cousin he can have the bike back, minus the cost of repair material, plus the labor you spent on it. I guarantee it'll be more than $60, and probably more than he could sell the bike for. He doesn't get to profit off of your labor for free. Don't even do this. Just tell your cousin a gift is a gift, and to kindly F off. He is 100% in the wrong. Your whole family's on your side. Just ignore him. You did all of the work to restore it. It's yours now.